Yogananda, each of you is composed of many tiny stars, stars of atoms. If your life force were released from the ego, you would find yourself aware of the whole universe. When great devotees die, they feel their consciousness spreading over infinite space. It is a beautiful experience. Little voice says, the promised land, immortality. Rabindranath Tagore, death is not the extinguishing of the light. It is putting out the lamp because dawn has come. Bailey says, death, if we could but realise it, is one of our most practised activities. We have died many times and shall die again and again. Death is essentially a matter of consciousness. We are conscious one moment on the physical plane, and a moment later we have withdrawn onto another plane and are actively conscious there. Just as long as our consciousness is identified with the form aspect, death will hold for us its ancient terror. The Bhagavad Gita says the soul cannot be destroyed. Yogananda writes, including a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, in life or death, your soul remains unconquered. You can never die. No weapon can pierce the soul. No fire can burn it. No water can moisten it. Nor can any wind wither it. The soul is immutable, all-permeating, calm and immovable. You are eternally the image of spirit. The mind tricks you into believing that you are the mind. You are not. You are the soul acting for the spirit. Because the body and the self desire materially so much and so constantly, you think you are the body and the self. You are not. You are the soul, the higher self, desireless in its actions for the spirit. And Nanda wrote that in 1993. Ananda also wrote, man is immortal. One of the divine truths. Man is immortal, and his future is one whose glory and splendour have no limit. Rumi writes, how long will we fill our pockets like children with dirt and stones? Let the world go. Holding it, we never know ourselves, never are airborne. Rumi invites me to open more to what is. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said to Arjuna, remember the transitory nature of matter and the eternal nature of that which dwells within it. Yogananda writes, death holds terror for man because he has left God out of his life. All painful things frighten us because we love the world without understanding its mystery and purpose. But when we behold everything as God, we have nothing to fear. Yogananda's parents' teacher, I believe, Lahiri Mahasaya, wrote, or he's quoted, "Reflect that someday you will suddenly have to leave everything in this world. So make the acquaintance of God now." Yogananda again, "The devotee realizes, I am not the body, I am formless, I am joy itself." Remind yourself of this truth each morning as you awaken. I am light. I am wisdom. I am love. I dwell in the dream body through which I am dreaming this earth life, but I am ever eternal spirit. Ananda again. We must believe in the theosophy that has taught us that there is no death, only life to the ones who live with God. And so we, as a matter of fact, as a reality, never lose love. But love is a magnet that shall attract us to embody with the same souls throughout time. End of quote. I read this one as personal that Yogananda wrote, and Yogananda often talked about, look at life as the ocean, and that our personal existence is like a wave that rises briefly and then goes back into the ocean. So Yogananda's written, "And when this wave shall be gone from the surface of the ocean of life, somewhere else I will be. But whether here or there, we will all be in the same ocean of life in God." So, lastly, Rainer Maria Rilke wrote, "Be patient with all that is unresolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. Do not seek for the answers that cannot be given, for you wouldn't be able to live with them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now, and perhaps without knowing it, you will live along someday into the answers." And two more sentences almost, I think, and they're both by Yogananda. And one is, Yogananda writes, "You can open the door of realisation only through deep and daily meditation." Deep and daily meditation. Personally, I think grace has an effect as well. Like the Sufis say, it's our effort and it's the grace. And I think we've read that in the Living Word too. If we make a step to Maitreya, 10 towards us. And the very last thing in the presentation, and like I said before, theory and practice are two different things perhaps, or they will be one thing if we practice them. Something I try to believe in. And he writes, "Live in the moment, and the future will take care of itself." Yeah, I tend to trust that. Live in the moment. The future will take care of itself. Thank you so much.